Whoo, it's Friday. It's Friday, and we are not in our studio. We are in the studio of the man, the myth, the legend, Brad Lea, where we were dropping bombs yesterday on his podcast. Today, he's coming on the Cannonball Mindset. But before we started, I said, hey, Brad, it's Friday. I told him what we do on Fridays. I know you're used to seeing Morgan sitting in that seat, but we got Brad Lea sitting in the seat today, and I thought, hey, let's capitalize on this, and let's get this guy is a mad scientist when it comes to sales. The empires that he's built are unbelievable. So I was like, hey, let's just drop some Friday sales knowledge from Brad Lea.
Well, and I happen to possess a little.
Woo! It's Friday! They need that kind of energy. You have a toolbox, a plethora of sales knowledge.
I would say so, yes.
So right now, for a lot of our clients, a lot of people that we work with, the market is tough. And what I mean by that, if they're watching this video, they're in the home building space. They sell brand new home building construction all around the country, and interest rates are high, and demand is not as plentiful. And what I hear a lot is this idea of a blown funnel. They say, well, I worked all my prospects this month, and now I have no more prospects to work. So next month, this coming month, I have to go find all new prospects. So they have this like EKG line of sales. It's like, great month, oh, got to reload. Great month, got to reload. How do you fight off this mentality of blown funnels? How do you make it so you don't have this lack of interest and prospects that you're working?
Well, you never let off the gas in the first place. Mm-hmm. See, a lot of people, they start making money, they get comfortable, and then they let off the gas. They stop prospecting, they start introducing themselves. Mm-hmm. And they all should know, the more hands you shake, the more money you make. Yeah. So the question is how many hands have you shaken? Times aren't tough for everyone.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, when people are saying times are tough, it's usually for the person who's complaining about how tough times are. You should have been out there making, deals with obviously your current customers, but did you continue to bring in new customers to that ecosystem? Yeah. Most people, they don't. They start making money, then they let off the gas. Like you said, I already went through all my customers. Well, dude, the whole world's your customer. Yet you just haven't met them yet. So I would just say continue to do the fundamentals.
And when it comes to prospecting, what do you think those fundamentals are? I'm a big believer in the more hands you shake, the more money you make. But what are those fundamentals, and how do you guard against this, either conscious or subconscious, like letting off the gas? Because that's what happens. I think what happens is people get comfortable. They see, oh my God, I got this influx of cash. I can take a break. I can finally breathe, and that's where you pay the price. So give me some fundamental behaviors that they should be doing every day when it comes to prospecting.
Okay, watch this. Put your hand like this. Or yeah. That's what they do. A lot of people, one time a guy came to me, he said he's looking for work.
Yeah.
And times are tough and nobody's hiring. And I said, well, what are you doing? He said, well, I'm putting in an application here and I put in an application there. I said, bro, trust me when I tell you, times aren't tough. You can get a job at any time. All you have to do is know the right people. He said, what are you talking about? I said, I'll tell you what, go to the mall, walk up to somebody, introduce yourself, ask them what they do, whatever it is they do, ask them if you could drive them a little more of that business, would they be willing to pay you? Mm. And every single person he went up to gave him a job. Mm. And he couldn't believe the result, only because, again, if I walked up to you and I said, what do you do for a living? Hey, I walk dogs for a living. Hey, if I got you a few extra customers to walk some dogs, would I be able to earn a little commission? Every time they're like, sure. Now, that's just an example, but the bottom line remains true. Yeah. The more hands you shake, the more money you make. So the problem with salespeople, 9 times out of 10, is A, they're listening to the outside world. Interest rates are high. Times are tough. Oh, times are tough.
Yeah.
There's still homes being sold. The question is are you selling them? No. Why? Because you didn't continue to build your brand. That's another thing. Like everybody listening to this, you should be on social media 3 or 4 times a day posting and building yourself a personal brand. I could probably sell more houses than most people, and I don't even sell houses, just with the personal brand. So you have to start building that personal brand. Those are the fundamentals, the basics. You have to start introducing yourself on a regular basis. You have to start, obviously, or either continue or start ultimately building the relationship you have with yourself. Because a lot of people, they're too worried about the outside world, and they allow it to affect their behaviors.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah, I know that really well. And the last week we talked about in the Friday video how there's this idea in new home sales, and I don't know, how prevalent it is everywhere else, that, man, well, I have a marketing department and they're responsible for generating me leads. I just have to close the leads when they get them.
Yeah.
What onus does the sales professional have in generating their own leads, do you think?
Well, if they get to sit back and wait for someone else to generate leads, that's lovely and comfortable and everybody's dream. The problem is now you're relying on someone else. So again, as long as the stream is steady, cool. But if I were you, I would be out introducing myself. When you go home, before you go home, stop at a mall, stop at a frickin' restaurant, go to a friend's house. Like, just get out there and make sure that you meet 5 new people every single day. I try to meet 5 new people every single day. If I already know you, then I already know you. But who don't I know? And who can I meet today? Yeah. So I might go to Starbucks. And believe it or not, some people are too worried about walking up to somebody and introducing themselves.
Yeah.
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
And I've met tons of people that bought, referred, sold,
promoted,
like, dude, I mean, it's the truth. The more hands you shake, the more money you make. If you ask yourself, how many hands did you shake today, meaning new people, the answer for most people is not many.
I didn't mean anybody new today.
Well, how many people did you guys meet yesterday, new?
Oh, a lot.
Now again, if you're just shaking, walking off, not nurturing those relationships, it's probably not going to be as effective. Yeah. But if you're genuinely interested in who they are and you're genuinely trying to make a connection and you ask relevant questions and listen to the answer, you're going to find a lot more home buyers than you have right now.
Yeah.
Not only that, you can create the market. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like when I used to be in the car business, I'd walk up to people and say, hey, listen, I'm trying to get the used car manager's position and I need to buy inventory. So if you could write down everybody you know and what they drive, I'll call and try to buy their car from them. And if I do, I'll send you a couple $100 to go to dinner with. But I flipped the script because nobody wants to give out referrals of people you're going to call and harass. Yeah. But when I flipped it and said I'm going to call and buy their car.
Yeah, you were giving an active service.
I was a buyer.
Yeah.
I don't mind if you're looking for cars, I'll give you his name because he might want to sell it. Yeah. But if you say, do you know anyone that wants to buy a car? I probably wouldn't give you his name.
Yeah, I love that.
So just getting referrals on a regular basis, introducing yourself, creating new relationships, following up, again, especially in the real estate space. Brother, I've made calls and left messages and they don't call you back.
Yeah.
You would think that there's too much business going on based on their follow-up skills. So I would just, those are the fundamentals.
Yeah, and you got to own them. I talked real quick, and I know we got to go, but I talked real quick a couple weeks ago, and I got blasted on this by a lot of people because I said parents are screwing up their kids by telling them don't talk to strangers, and we're programmed not to talk to strangers, and then when we become adults, we don't talk to strangers, and we live in our bubble. And what we're saying now is, hey, you got to go against your wiring, and you have to go talk to strangers. And if you're not willing to talk to strangers, then you're limiting your success.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
100%. Parents teach us money doesn't grow on trees, but they don't tell you where it grows. So I like to teach people where that money grows. Do you know where it grows?
No, tell me.
In other people's pockets. So the more people that you know, the more connected you are to the source of money. Yeah. And think about every relationship that you've had over the years and every dollar that you've ever received. Yeah. Now you'll start connecting that dollar to some sort of relationship. Yes or no?
Yes. 100%.
Try to think of $1 you've ever received that didn't come from a relationship. Yeah. It's always a relationship of some kind.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right.
So again, there's people that do their work, call their leads, go home. Like, where's the new people? Where's the new relationships? You want to make more money? Make more relationships.
Yeah.
Some people complicate it.
They do.
Yeah, go out and just start introducing yourself.
Just start meeting people. Meeting people and build connections.
It works miracles. And maybe you don't sell another home, but you find your next wife or your next husband.
Right. Or your first wife, your first husband.
Yeah, or your first wife. But you're gonna make relationships, and the relationships are what matter.
Yeah.
Most people, if you really follow someone and ask how many relationships did you create today, the answer is going to be not many.
Right.
And they want to make more money. They're too busy making money to build relationships.
Yeah, but the relationships drive the money.
That's where it comes from.
Yeah, yeah.
Money grows in other people's pockets.
Love that.
So if you want some, you better go get some.
You heard it. Listen, Morgan will be back next week, but we got a great stand-in this week. The one, the only Bradley. Make sure you check him out on Dropping Bombs podcast. It's insane. The guest he has, the content he has is. But be ready because he tells the truth.